Men, let's talk about something deeper today. It's not just about intimacy. It's about the psychology behind what drives men to connect with their partners on a profound level. This is more than just physical. It's a journey of understanding, trust, and, believe it or not, a reflection of Stoic principles in action. It's about connection, not just action. Let's start with this. Why do men go down? The act itself is not just a physical experience. It's an act of vulnerability, empathy, and a silent way of saying, I see you, I value you. Psychologists suggest that this behavior stems from a desire to connect on a deeper level, where words aren't enough. This aligns perfectly with Stoic principles. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who taught us the importance of understanding others deeply. When a man chooses to engage this way, he's stepping into a space of giving, rather than just receiving. And that is profoundly Stoic, giving without expecting. The science of pleasure and reciprocity. But here's something even more fascinating: the science behind it. Research shows that when men focus on their partner's pleasure, it releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both partners. In Stoicism, we often talk about controlling external factors and focusing on what's within your power. When a man focuses on his partner's pleasure, he's practicing control over his ego and choosing to serve. This selflessness fosters a deeper connection, which ultimately strengthens the relationship. Vulnerability and masculinity. Now let's address the elephant in the room: vulnerability. For generations, men have been told to equate masculinity with dominance, but true strength lies in vulnerability. Stoicism teaches us that real courage is embracing discomfort and stepping into situations that demand selflessness. Going down is, in many ways, a man's way of showing strength through vulnerability. It's not about control. It's about surrendering control to build trust. Stoic principles in intimacy. Now here's where Stoicism really shines. One key principle in Stoicism is sympatheia, the idea that we are all interconnected. Intimacy, when done right, is the physical manifestation of that principle. It's the ultimate reminder that you and your partner are part of a larger whole, working together toward harmony. Men, today we're diving into a topic that's often whispered about, misunderstood, or completely avoided. But not here. Because as Stoics, we believe in confronting truths head-on, analyzing them, and growing from what we learn. Going down isn't just an act. It's a mirror reflecting your psychological depth, your emotional maturity, and your ability to connect with your partner beyond the surface. And yes, it's deeply tied to the principles of Stoicism. Let's break it down. The evolutionary and psychological perspective. Let's first look at this from a biological and evolutionary lens. Studies in human behavior show that men who prioritize their partner's pleasure are seen as more desirable. Why? Because it signals care, attentiveness, and confidence, traits that have been valued for centuries. But there's more to this than just science. Psychologically, when a man engages in this way, it taps into something primal: the need to provide, to nurture, to connect. And isn't that what Stoicism teaches us? To be dependable, to serve with purpose, and to honor those we care about. Think about it: when you prioritize your partner, you're acting with intention and focus. And isn't that what Marcus Aurelius emphasized when he said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The power of giving without expectation. Here's where it gets profound. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is to give without expecting anything in return. Intimacy, especially acts like this, is a pure form of giving. You're not doing it for praise, for validation, or for a reward. You're doing it because you value your partner's happiness. This kind of selflessness is transformative. It not only strengthens your relationship but also builds your own sense of confidence and purpose. You're no longer operating from a place of ego or neediness. You're operating from a place of mastery over yourself. Remember Seneca's words: "The wise man is content with what he has." And in moments of intimacy, the wise man finds fulfillment in his ability to give, not just receive. Why vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Now let's tackle an uncomfortable truth: the stigma around vulnerability. Society often paints men as emotionally detached or dominant in relationships, but Stoicism flips that narrative. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's the ultimate strength. Why? Because it takes courage to let go of your defenses, to fully embrace the moment, and to show your partner that you care deeply enough to prioritize their happiness. When you go down, you're saying, "I trust you, I value you, and I'm here for you." It's a display of confidence, not submission. Confidence in who you are and in your ability to create an environment of trust and intimacy. That's Stoic power, the philosophical depth of intimacy. Let's shift gears and go deeper. Intimacy isn't just a physical act, it's a philosophical one. It's about connection, presence, and being fully in the moment. As Stoics, we're taught to live in the present. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." In intimacy, this means appreciating the bond you share with your partner, the trust they place in you, and the opportunity to give freely of yourself. Going down is an act of mindfulness. You're not distracted. You're not rushed. You're simply present, fully engaged in the experience of giving and connecting. And that's what makes it so powerful. Visual: a slow montage of serene moments, a candle flickering, soft waves crashing, a couple laughing together. What men can learn from Stoic wisdom. So, what can we take away from this? Stoic principles like humility, selflessness, and presence aren't just ideas to think about. They're actions to embody, even in the most personal moments. When a man embraces these principles in his intimate life, he elevates the experience for both himself and his partner. He creates a space of trust, mutual respect, and deep connection. That's the kind of man women admire, respect, and feel safe with. And here's the best part: the more you give, the more you grow. Intimacy isn't just about your partner, it's about you becoming the best version of yourself. So, gentlemen, the next time you think about intimacy, don't just think about the act. Think about the meaning behind it. Be mindful, be present, and embody the Stoic values of strength, selflessness, and connection. Let's start with this. Why do men go down? The act itself is not just a physical experience. It's an act of vulnerability, empathy, and a silent way of saying, "I see you, I value you." Psychologists suggest that this behavior stems from a desire to connect on a deeper level, where words aren't enough. This aligns perfectly with Stoic principles. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who taught us the importance of understanding others deeply. When a man chooses to engage this way, he's stepping into a space of giving, rather than just receiving. And that is profoundly Stoic, giving without expecting. If you found this insightful, hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe. Together, we'll continue exploring the deeper truths of life, relationships, and Stoicism. Remember, mastery begins with understanding. Until next time, stay grounded, stay Stoic.